This video is brought to you by Raycon. Obviously, but
The stars await.
Rosalina has made a crash.
do you see this? Are you seeing this? Are we seeing this? Are we seeing the same thing here? Do you see this? Okay, well, all of this, all this other stuff, this is Mario, and Mario's fine, but this part right here, this is Pikmin. This is not Mario. That's Pikmin. And when I first saw this, my initial thought, my gut reaction was, that's not Mario, that's Pikmin! Pikmin has been getting a lot of love recently. Kinda goes without saying. You know, the series was dormant for so many years, and then all of a sudden it was Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and then it was Pikmin Bloom. We got the 1 and 2 remasters, and then 4. Oh, Pikmin 4. It finally happened. It ushered in a new era of Pikmin. More people were playing Pikmin than ever. It was more relevant than ever. Like, over the last few years, us Pikmin fans have been eaten relatively well, comparatively well. Pikmin still isn't huge, it still doesn't sell super well, even 4 with all the hype, like it sold pretty well, not like super duper well, but like, you wouldn't know it based on how Nintendo treats the series. Like, they basically treat it like it is of utmost importance. Pikmin, they pop up all over the place. They're hidden all over Super Nintendo World. There's a Pikmin statue in the first Mario movie. Nintendo establishes Nintendo Studios, an in-house animation studio, and what's their very, very first project? It's a Pikmin short. No, not only that, it's not just a Pikmin short, but this experimental thing with 2 versions that they release at separate times. I mean, they're pushing into new frontiers of the visual medium of cinema here. This is new territory. They're putting history's most famous filmmakers to shame, all in the name of Pikmin. Every single night, no matter what, I go outside, I look up at the stars, and I thank the universe that this man made Pikmin. Because this man also made Mario, and the guy who made Mario gets what he wants. Pikmin is his baby. Pikmin is precious to him. And so, it is also precious to Nintendo. If Mario's the official mascot, Pikmin are like the little unofficial secondary mascots. You know, the little Easter eggy ones. Every time you see a Pikmin, it's like a little wink to all of us. There's this cute idea that they're always around. They're just out of sight. They're invisible. They're hiding behind stuff. And over the last few years especially, Nintendo has been pushing Pikmin. They've been sticking Pikmin wherever they can. Well, I say wherever they can, but this right here, this right here, no. This is new. This is on a whole other level. This is not marketing material. This is not a movie. This is not Smash. This is Pikmin appearing in a non-Pikmin game. This is a straight-up Nintendo video game crossover. It's just an Easter egg. It's not a big thing. It's not like a full crossover, but it is still a crossover. And like, Nintendo has dabbled in cute little crossovers over the years. One famous example is the pictures in Ocarina of Time. That's one of the big ones. But even that was just pictures. You know, it's not like Mario was in the game. And that's how most of these examples are. Little images, little winks and nods. Samus's gunship in Tropical Freeze, that's also probably a pretty darn strong example. I won't deny it, though maybe you could argue that that was kind of a special case because, you know, Retro Studios had worked on both DK and Metroid. There was kind of like an extra reason for it. And then, speaking of Pikmin showing up in other games, they actually did show up in Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, but that's like pretty much it, and that seemed to be a one-off. And like most examples like this, are pretty old. Nintendo was way more into the cute little Easter eggs back in like the N64 or GameCube era. In the modern era, for the most part, they have tried to keep universes separate. You know, we all knock around the idea of Nintendo doing more like straight up crossovers, but they only want to do it with non-canonical games. You know, Smash, obviously, even Mario Kart though, like multiplayer games where the point is just to bring characters together to play a sport or something. something. But single-player, mainline games, they stay in their respective lanes for the most part. Nintendo isn't gonna just start plopping characters into other games just for funsies. They've even said it themselves. They want to keep their universes separate. But apparently, Pikmin is an exception. They're kind of different. They operate on their own kind of logic, so they're kind of allowed to pop up wherever. Again, they are the Easter egg characters. It's just absolutely perfect. They're so tiny you might not even see them. They're hiding all over the place. It's just that when Nintendo said that about them, we didn't really know exactly what they meant or what they planned to do with Pikmin. So to me, putting this right here, actual animated Pikmin, not picture of Pikmin or something with the likeness of Pikmin, but real Pikmin in a Mario game in the modern era, it really feels like it's setting a new precedent. The idea of Pikmin showing up in non-Pikmin games is now officially on the table. It is on the menu. And I feel like I could cry. Surprise Raycon cameo! Before we continue, I must remind you that this video was brought to you by Raycon. Spring is finally here, and you know what that means. It means getting some sunshine. Oh, man. Ugh. Okay, well, when the sun comes out again, I'll be happy I've got my Raycon Everyday Earbuds Classic. Whether I'm out for a walk during a brief window of sun or at home waiting for a brief window of sun, I use my Raycons constantly, sometimes just about all day. Quick charging is perfect for catching those windows. I can get like 90 minutes of playtime with only 10 minutes of charging, so I can be out the door in no time. Then they last up to 8 hours on a full charge, up to 32 using the charging case. Sometimes I'll use them all week without charging them. And they're super sleek and comfy. They never fall out. The Everyday Earbuds Classic have the design of the first everyday model, but all the modern features you expect. Active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, multiple sound profiles, the wikes. They come in all sorts of fun colors, lots of fun cases to choose from, and you've got a 30-day happiness guarantee. How about that? The Everyday Earbuds Classic are perfect for refreshing your routine this spring. And if you head to buyraycon.com/Arlo or hit the link in the description below or scan this handy-dandy QR code, you will get 20% off your very own pair. Thanks again to Raycon. Now, spring! All right, get ready for a line I've said about 1,000,000 times in the past. Now I will completely admit, there's a fine chance that this is more or less an isolated incident and won't repeat anytime soon. For one, Nintendo frequently likes to do these wacky new things, and I get all excited and I make videos about how this could be a consistent wacky new thing. They could keep doing this, and I dream up this future where Nintendo does the new thing a whole ton. Crypt of the Necrodancer devs worked with Nintendo to make a version of their game based on Zelda. Nintendo having indie devs make games with their IPs. Oh, what an incredible idea. I can't wait for all the other ones. They must be cooking up. Yeah, still waiting for that whole thing to materialize. Oh, Bowser's Fury? Taking the bones, the mechanics, and the assets and all that from a pretty old game and repackaging them into a totally new, kind of bite-sized campaign? Sign me up! I'll take 100! Here's a huge list of games that they could do this with. I mean, when's the next one coming? Like, when is number 2 gonna happen? Nintendo plays with ideas. They don't find something that works and then immediately start iterating and iterating. You know, like they set out to make it a whole thing, greenlighting all these ideas, these long-term plans. They, for the most part, just kind of do what seems fun. This is really good for a lot of reasons, but it does also mean you have these incredible ideas that Nintendo they do once or twice and then they just kind of leave them behind. So for all we know, this will literally never, ever happen again. Or not for another 20 years or something. We also have to consider that this could be a special case. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is all about flowers. There's this big flower theme. So, look at that. Pikmin. Pikmin is also all about flowers. So it could be that this made sense this time but it's not necessarily gonna make sense for other games. You know, maybe Nintendo won't start hiding Pikmin in every single game. In my opinion, though, and I could be biased here, you know, stop me if this is off base, but I feel that they should do that. I feel that they should do exactly that. I'm probably getting more ahead of myself here than perhaps I ever have before, but can you imagine a world where every time you boot up a new Nintendo game, you know there's gonna be a Pikmin hiding somewhere, but you just don't know where? Like, can you really imagine that? And like, maybe it's not even as obvious as in this Mario Wonder clip. Like, this is like right there. Maybe we're just talking one little moment, you know, like one little place in each game you might not even see on your first playthrough. One random room in the middle of a Metroid game, or hiding behind a panel on Samus's gunship. You blink and you miss it. Hidden in the grass in the foreground of a Kirby game, in the bushes in a Fire Emblem game, sitting on the side of the track in F-Zero, and you get one frame. Just one frame to catch it. I don't know, just anywhere. I personally would want to play every single Nintendo game. I think that would probably get me to buy and play every single game that Nintendo puts out. This could finally get me to play Xenoblade. And you know, I am biased. I am. I completely admit. Of course I am. Of course I'm biased. I just love Pikmin to pieces. But I also just see it working so well. You know, I really do. Nintendo wants them to be the little Easter egg characters. So why not lean into it? Just like go all out. Make this a consistent thing. At the time of this recording, we don't quite know how many Pikmin may or may not be in Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition. The fact that they casually slipped this into the overview trailer makes me think there are probably gonna be more. Also, the fact that they showed glow Pikmin. Like, if you're gonna finally stick an actual Pikmin into a non-Pikmin game after all these years, why glow Pikmin? I mean, I love glow Pikmin, but it's very, very specific. You'd think they'd want to go with something a little more iconic. So yeah, I think there will probably be more. We probably gotta keep our eyes peeled. I mean, that's certainly gonna make the game a lot more fun to play for me. I was already, you know, decently excited, but now, and if it's true that there are a bunch of Pikmin in the backgrounds of these levels, then yeah, that definitely supports the idea that this is probably a special case. So I can't get my hopes up. But, on the other hand, I can. And I will. I want random Pikmin cameos in Nintendo games to be a thing. I want this right here. This right here to fling the doors wide open on the idea. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. And I'm gonna walk away now, and I'll bet there's not gonna be some sort of little cute Easter egg Pikmin cameo in this video.